You can change your life faster than you think. People waste years waiting for the perfect moment, but the truth is, you can create massive change in just 2 weeks if you have the right mindset and take brutal, disciplined action. Most people think transformation takes years, but that's a lie. The real reason most people stay stuck is because they never fully commit. They dip their toes in change, hesitate, then fall back into old habits. But if you go all in, if you truly burn the bridges behind you, you can become a completely different person in just 14 days. This isn't about small, comfortable tweaks. This is about ruthless execution. You're either serious about change or you're just playing pretend. Here are steps to completely transform your life in 14 days. By the way, if you enjoy deep, thought-provoking insights on Stoicism, self-improvement, and navigating life with wisdom, you'll love my free newsletter. Every Sunday, I share powerful lessons, controversial truths, and practical strategies to help you level up, all for free. Want to join? Sign up using the link below and start receiving value-packed content straight to your inbox every week. And if you're a brand looking to sponsor my content and reach a highly engaged audience, feel free to reach out via my email in the description. Let's create something impactful together. 1. Delete every useless app. Social media, mindless games, distractions. Get rid of them. If it's not helping you grow, it's killing your potential. Think about it. How many times have you unlocked your phone just to check one notification, and suddenly 30 minutes disappear into thin air? It's designed that way. These apps are engineered to steal your time and energy, keeping you distracted, unfocused, and passive. I learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I used to wake up, grab my phone, and scroll through Instagram for just 5 minutes. Before I knew it, an hour was gone. And what did I gain? Nothing. Just a mind full of random memes, other people's success stories, and a deep feeling of dissatisfaction with my own life. It wasn't until I deleted social media for a month that I realized just how much control it had over me. Here's the truth. Social media is not your friend. It's a tool, and if you don't control it, it will control you. Every time you open an app, ask yourself, is this making me better, or is this just numbing me? If the answer is the latter, get rid of it. You won't miss it as much as you think. When I finally deleted social media, the first thing I noticed was the silence. No constant dings, no endless dopamine hits from pointless scrolling. It felt weird at first, like I had lost a part of myself. But then I started noticing something else. I had time. Time to think. Time to focus. Time to actually live my life instead of watching others live theirs. We live in an era where attention is the new currency. Companies spend billions to keep you glued to your screen, swiping, clicking, consuming. Because the more distracted you are, the more money they make. And what do you get in return? A fractured attention span, wasted hours, and a growing dissatisfaction with your own reality. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you spent an entire day fully present? Not half listening to a conversation while checking your phone, not watching a movie while scrolling Twitter, just fully in the moment, engaged with the world around you. If you can't remember, then it's time to make a change. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, I can control it. No, you can't. These apps are smarter than you. They're designed by some of the best psychologists and engineers in the world, whose only job is to make sure you never log off. They study your behavior, your habits, what keeps you engaged, and they tweak their algorithms to keep you hooked for just a little longer. And let's not even start on the mental health effects. Constantly seeing highlight reels of other people's lives makes you feel like you're falling behind. You see people your age or younger driving luxury cars, living in mansions, vacationing in exotic locations, and suddenly your life feels dull. But here's the catch: it's all curated. It's not real. People show you what they want you to see, the filtered, polished, staged version of their lives. And yet, you compare your raw, unfiltered reality to their best moments and wonder why you feel miserable. When I finally cut social media out, I had to relearn how to live. I had to fill the void. And you know what happened? I started reading books again. I started writing. I had deeper conversations with people because I was actually present. My mind was clearer, my focus sharper, and the biggest surprise, I didn't miss it, not even a little. If you truly want to change your life in 2 weeks, you have to break free from the things that are stealing your time and attention. Here's a challenge. Delete every non-essential app from your phone for the next 14 days. No social media, no mindless entertainment, just the basics: calls, messages, maps, essential work apps. The first few days will be uncomfortable. You'll reach for your phone out of habit, only to remember there's nothing there to distract you. That's good. That's the withdrawal. But then something amazing will happen. You'll start noticing life again. You'll hear your own thoughts. You'll have the mental space to actually create something rather than just consume. So ask yourself, do you want to keep living on autopilot, scrolling through a feed that adds nothing to your life? Or do you want to take back control, be present, and actually start living? The choice is yours. 2. Work out every day. Not just for your body, but for your mind. Discipline starts here. I used to think that working out was just about looking good, getting abs, building muscle, fitting into better clothes. But I was wrong. The gym is where I learned one of life's most important lessons. Consistency beats motivation every single time. I remember when I first started working out. I was excited, fired up, and full of energy. I had my routine, my workout plan, and I was convinced I'd transform my body in just a few months. And for the first few weeks, I showed up, gave it my all, and felt unstoppable. But then, reality hit. One day I woke up feeling exhausted. My muscles were sore. I didn't feel like working out. And for a split second, I thought, skipping one day won't hurt. But then, I caught myself. That's the mindset that keeps people stuck. That's the trap that leads to mediocrity. I forced myself to get up, put on my shoes and go. And something incredible happened. The moment I started moving, my energy came back. The struggle wasn't physical, it was mental, and I had just won a battle against myself. That's when I realized, discipline is not about how you feel. It's about what you do, regardless of how you feel. The benefits of working out go far beyond physical health. When you push yourself through a tough workout, you train your mind to handle discomfort, delay gratification, and stay committed even when it's hard. Those are the exact same traits that help you succeed in life. I've had days where I was stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. And every single time, instead of letting those emotions control me, I hit the gym. And guess what? Every rep, every sprint, every push-up turned my stress into strength. By the time I walked out, I felt clear-headed, confident, and unstoppable. But let's go even deeper. Working out isn't just about the body or the mind. It's about proving to yourself that you are someone who shows up. It's about building a personal contract that says, I will do what I said I would, no matter what. And when you build that kind of trust with yourself, your entire life changes. I've seen it happen. I started waking up earlier. I started being more productive at work. I became more patient in conversations because I wasn't carrying around excess stress. The discipline I built in the gym bled into every area of my life, and that's the part no one talks about. And here's something interesting. Some of the most successful people in the world, CEOs, top athletes, elite performers, all have one thing in common: they exercise daily. Why? Because it's a keystone habit. It's the kind of habit that, once developed, makes every other habit easier to maintain. It builds momentum. It creates an identity shift. You start seeing yourself as someone who is disciplined, who prioritizes self-improvement, who doesn't quit when things get tough. But let's be real, it won't always be easy. There will be days when you don't want to move, days when your body feels heavy, your mind feels sluggish, and your motivation is nowhere to be found. That's when you show up anyway, because those are the days that separate winners from losers. Anyone can work out when they feel good. The real test is what you do when you don't feel like it. I used to give myself excuses. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. But you know what I realized? No one ever finds time. You have to make time. You have to carve it out, prioritize it, and protect it like it's the most important meeting of your day. Because it is. And here's something that might change your perspective. Exercise doesn't take time. It gives you time. When you work out, you boost your energy, sharpen your focus, and become more efficient. You actually get more done in less time. So, the "I don't have time" excuse, it's a lie. If you truly want to change your life in 2 weeks, make this non-negotiable. Commit to moving your body every single day. You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need hours of free time. You just need to start. Run, do push-ups, stretch, lift weights, walk, just move. Because the truth is, if you can conquer yourself in the gym, you can conquer anything in life. And once you prove to yourself that you can show up every day, even when it's hard, nothing will ever feel impossible again. 3. Learn a high-income skill. If you want freedom, money matters. Pick a skill that can make you money online or in demand. Most people struggle not because they lack intelligence or work ethic, but because they're stuck trading their time for money in low-value ways. If you want to truly change your life in 2 weeks, you need to focus on a skill that increases your earning potential. A high-income skill is something that companies and people are willing to pay premium rates for, something that adds significant value. Think about it. The difference between making $10 an hour and $100 an hour isn't just hard work. It's the skill set you bring to the table. High-income skills include copywriting, sales, digital marketing, coding, investing, and more. These skills don't just bring you more money, they give you options, the freedom to work on your own terms. I learned this the hard way. For years I worked a basic job, following the same routine every day. I'd watch people around me stuck in the same cycle: work, bills, stress, repeat. Then one day, I met someone who was making 6 figures from his laptop while traveling the world. That conversation changed everything for me. He told me one thing that stuck with me: skills pay the bills, but the right skills buy freedom. I started researching, trying to figure out what high-income skills were out there. I tested different things, tried learning graphic design, dabbled in coding, attempted stock trading. Some things didn't stick, but eventually I found what I was good at. I realized I could write persuasively, so I dove deep into copywriting. I practiced daily, took online courses, and within months I was making more money freelancing than I did at my old job. Here's the key: You don't need to spend years mastering something before you make money. Many high-income skills can start paying within weeks if you're serious about learning and applying them. Companies and entrepreneurs are desperate for people who can solve problems, whether it's through marketing, automation, or content creation. If you can help them make money, save time, or get results, they will pay you well. So how do you start? Pick one skill. Don't get overwhelmed trying to learn everything at once. Choose one skill that aligns with your strengths and has demand. Find mentors or courses. You don't need a degree. Just learn from people who are already successful. YouTube, Udemy, and even Twitter are goldmines for knowledge. Practice daily. Apply what you learn. Build a portfolio. And don't be afraid to work for free initially to get experience. Monetize quickly. Offer services on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or even reach out to businesses directly. The faster you start making money, the more confidence you'll build. In 2 weeks, you won't become an expert, but you will have a skill that can start making you money. And once you get your first client, your first paycheck from your own effort, not from an hourly wage, you'll realize that you have the power to create wealth on your terms. The biggest trap people fall into is thinking they need to wait for permission from a boss, a degree, or some external validation. You don't. The internet has made it possible to learn, grow, and make money faster than ever before. If you want true freedom, start by mastering a skill that people will pay you for, because when money stops being a struggle, you'll realize just how much of life you were missing out on. Fourth, set one life-changing goal. Forget multitasking. Pick one major goal and attack it relentlessly. We've all been there, juggling multiple tasks at once, trying to keep up with everything life throws at us, thinking we're being productive. But the truth is, multitasking is a myth. It doesn't help you get more done. It actually slows you down. You're spreading your energy too thin, and the results show it. Let me tell you about a time when I was stuck in the whirlwind of doing too many things. I was trying to grow my business, learn new skills, maintain relationships, and of course deal with life's daily responsibilities. It felt like I was everywhere, but getting nowhere. I had too many goals, and none of them were getting the focus they deserved. That's when I realized I needed to pick one life-changing goal and go all in on it. So, I threw out everything that wasn't crucial and zeroed in on the one thing that could completely transform my life. For me, that was building a personal brand and establishing a business that could support my lifestyle. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one. And I'll tell you, once I did this, everything changed. Here's why picking one goal is so powerful. Clarity of vision. When you focus on one goal, you gain clarity. No longer do you have a million things competing for your attention. Instead, you can pinpoint exactly where you're going. This clarity makes it easier to make decisions because everything you do now aligns with your goal. You can drop everything that doesn't contribute to your success. Relentless focus. Multitasking divides your focus, leaving you scattered. But when you focus on one goal, you gain a kind of laser-sharp concentration. This means your effort becomes more intense, more efficient, and more purposeful. You stop second-guessing yourself and get comfortable with the idea of single-minded pursuit. Increased productivity. I've personally experienced this. The more you focus on one thing, the more productive you become. When I concentrated on building my brand, I started taking massive action without feeling overwhelmed. Instead of working on 10 small tasks, I was moving the needle in the one area that mattered most. The momentum I gained was huge, and I was finally seeing results. Real growth. You can't grow if you don't focus. Think about it. Real growth requires deep, consistent effort. By going all in on one thing, you create an environment where growth can happen exponentially. You gain momentum that carries you forward, and every success along the way keeps you motivated. Satisfaction and fulfillment. Achieving a major goal, especially one that has a deep, lasting impact on your life, brings a sense of fulfillment that small victories can't match. When you see that the time, effort, and sacrifices have paid off, it's an incredible feeling. You begin to realize that this is what life is about, making a meaningful, lasting impact on the things that matter most to you. Now, this doesn't mean you should ignore everything else in your life. Relationships, health, and general well-being still matter. But when it comes to the one big thing that you're working toward, it needs to be the focal point of your energy and attention. Once you decide on your life-changing goal, attack it relentlessly. Let me tell you, it won't be easy. In fact, you'll face moments when you'll want to quit, when the grind seems unbearable. But it's precisely in those moments where your persistence will make all the difference. Every obstacle you push through will bring you closer to the success you're chasing. So here's the challenge. Pick one goal that will radically transform your life. Focus on it with everything you've got. Don't let distractions get in your way. When you commit to one goal and pursue it relentlessly, you'll be amazed at how quickly you start to see real change. You have everything you need to succeed. Now it's time to decide. What's the one goal that will truly change your life? Choose wisely, and then go after it with all the strength, energy, and focus you can muster. Success is within reach. 5. Sleep like a king or queen. Fix your sleep. Your brain, energy, and discipline depend on it. Most people underestimate sleep. They think they can sacrifice a few hours here and there, power through exhaustion, and make up for it later. But sleep doesn't work that way. When you cut your sleep short, you're robbing yourself of focus, productivity, and even emotional stability. I used to be one of those people who thought, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I believed that grinding 24/7 was the key to success. I stayed up late, woke up early, and relied on caffeine to push through the day. But over time, the effects caught up with me. My brain was foggy, my motivation dropped, and my mood was unpredictable. I wasn't functioning at my best, and worst of all, I didn't even realize it until I finally fixed my sleep. When I made sleep a priority, everything changed. My focus improved, my creativity skyrocketed, and my energy levels became stable throughout the day. I wasn't just going through the motions anymore. I was performing at my peak. Here's why sleep is crucial. Your brain needs recovery. During deep sleep, your brain processes information, consolidates memories, and clears out toxins. If you're sleep deprived, you're literally making yourself dumber. You forget things, make poor decisions, and struggle with problem solving. Energy and willpower depend on sleep. Lack of sleep makes you feel drained. It lowers your willpower and discipline, making it harder to stay consistent with your habits. If you want to be productive, focused, and disciplined, sleep is non-negotiable. Your body repairs itself while you sleep. If you're working out every day, your muscles need sleep to recover and grow. Sleep is when your body heals, restores energy, and strengthens itself. Skipping sleep slows down progress in everything, from fitness to brain function. Your mood and mental health improve. Ever notice how cranky and irritable you get when you don't sleep well? Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to anxiety, depression, and mood swings. When you sleep like a king or queen, you wake up feeling clear-headed, emotionally balanced, and ready to take on the world. So, how do you fix your sleep? Set a fixed bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Consistency trains your body's internal clock. Cut out screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Blue light messes with your melatonin levels and keeps you wired. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Read, meditate, or take a warm shower to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Make your room a sleep-friendly zone. Keep it dark, cool, and quiet. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals before bed. Both can disrupt your sleep cycle and make it harder to fall asleep. The bottom line? Sleep isn't just nice to have, it's essential. If you're serious about changing your life in 2 weeks, fix your sleep first. You'll be sharper, stronger, and more disciplined. And most importantly, you'll feel like the best version of yourself every single day. 6. Meditate for 10 minutes daily. Clear your mind, control your emotions, and reset your focus. Meditation isn't just for monks or spiritual gurus. It's a life-changing habit that sharpens your mind, improves emotional control, and helps you stay focused in a chaotic world. If you've never tried it, you might think it's just sitting in silence doing nothing, but that's far from the truth. Meditation is mental training. It strengthens your ability to control your thoughts instead of letting them control you. I used to be the type of person who always had a racing mind, overthinking everything, stressing over the past, and worrying about the future. It felt like my brain was constantly on overdrive, making it hard to focus and even harder to relax. I thought meditation was pointless, but out of desperation, I gave it a try. At first, it was uncomfortable. My mind wouldn't shut up. But after a few days, something changed. I started feeling more in control of my emotions. I could handle stress better, my focus became sharper, and for the first time in a long time, I felt calm in the middle of the chaos. Here's why meditation works. It improves focus. Meditation teaches you to direct your attention to the present moment. When you practice focusing on your breath or a mantra, you're training your mind to ignore distractions, something that carries over into your daily life and helps you become more productive. It strengthens emotional control. Instead of reacting impulsively to stress, meditation helps you observe your emotions without being ruled by them. You become calmer under pressure and more intentional in your responses. It reduces anxiety and overthinking. If your mind constantly runs in circles with worry, meditation helps slow it down. By bringing your attention to the present, you stop feeding anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past. It increases self-discipline. Meditation requires patience and consistency, and these traits carry over to other areas of your life. The ability to sit still and observe your thoughts strengthens your discipline in everything you do. It resets your mind daily. Just like your body needs rest, your mind needs moments of stillness. Meditation gives you a mental reset, clearing out unnecessary noise and bringing clarity to your thoughts. How to get started? Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably. You don't need to be in a perfect lotus position. Just make sure your back is straight. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the air going in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your focus back to your breath. Start with just 10 minutes a day. Even 5 minutes can make a difference if you're new to it. At first, it might feel strange, but stick with it. The benefits will become obvious. In just 2 weeks, you'll notice yourself handling stress better, staying calmer in difficult situations, and thinking with more clarity. If you're serious about changing your life, don't skip this step. Meditation isn't just a habit, It's a superpower that gives you control over your mind, emotions, and focus. Try it for 10 minutes a day, and you'll see just how powerful it can be. You don't need months or years to start changing your life. It starts now. Small, consistent actions over just 2 weeks can completely shift your mindset, energy, and productivity. Most people wait for motivation. Don't. Start today. Pick one habit, commit, and push through the resistance. The first few days will be tough, but the rewards will come fast. And once you see progress, you'll want to keep going. Every decision you make is either bringing you closer to your best self or keeping you stuck. Which one will you choose?